as you can see, the weather's taken a turn today. I've got James, the elusive man, with me. This is actually miserable. Genuinely, I wanted to get some nice footage walking up to the stadium today, and it is just fucked. I am here with Phil. I assume everyone knows who Phil is. I know who Phil is. Phil is the, I guess I'd say you're the most recent person to join Team Templar, but you're not really. You've been here for a while. We just finally made it.
Under the radar.
Yeah, under the radar. We made it official with the video recently. First event since then. We're here the next day. It was pretty late yesterday. We figured we'd go home and get some food. 6-2. So
yeah, 6-2.
Narrowly.
Yeah, one match win, or that'd have been it. That'd have been top 8, but.
It is a shame, but equally 6-2 is ridiculous out of field this competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Magic long enough. I know there's so much variance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's called a grind for a reason. You're not expected to win every event every time. So
100%.
So
I think the 6. So obviously 6-2. You were 5-2 going into last round, so it was win for a box, right?
Yeah.
What were the 2 losses? One was Jeskai.
One was Jeskai Breach, yeah.
And the other one?
The other one was Yorgmoth.
Oh,
and that was just like an evisceration, basically. I said it before because I was playing Jund Saga. So the issue with those kinds of decks is you can just never beat the top of your opponent's deck. You can disrupt their hand, remove their board state, but if they just rip the card they need off the top, and the Yorgmoth player was both games 1 and 2, hell-bent, no cards in hand, just caught off the top for Yorg, win game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's variance. It's what happens.
I think it was the same with. It was even the same with the Jeskai Breach game, right? In the third game, I think it was the same. It was a card off the top that.
Yeah, so I had a decision point about whether to take. I had a Saga coming off to search whether I get Shadow Spear. There's two turns of lethal with a Tarmogoyf, or whether I get the Nile Spellbomb, because he had a graveyard full of stuff and he's got no cards in hand. So it's if he draws Breach, it's better to get Spellbomb, but if I get the Shadow Spear, he dies in 2 turns when he's hellbent. So I went with the Shadow Spear and he ripped the Breach.
It's
sort of it probably is slightly suboptimal line, but it's also the quickest way to get him dead.
Did both of those players? I know Sky. So Sky
made top 8. Who was the Jeskai Breach player?
Did the Yorgmoth combo player make top 8 as well? Oh, okay, narrowly missed out.
Yeah,
it was a really rough cut, to be fair, because there was someone on equal points, right? That missed out.
Yeah, so obviously there was, going into the last round, there was I think there was 4 players on 18 points or more. So I think a few played, and then 4 of the 18 pointers decided to ID. Yeah. So it ended up being that.
No. I think only two people I did, right?
No, there was 4 players on 19 points.
Okay.
So 6th, 7th, and 8th place were all 19, and there was a person in 9th on 19.
Okay.
So that I presume they probably saw some of the other matches conclude when they were sat there and look, if all 4 of us ID, 3 of us make top 8.
Yeah.
And they all just decided to. That's what happens a lot of the time, so that's more than likely that's what happened.
Yeah, it makes sense. I was a little bit worried because obviously we've seen Sky a lot of tournaments, and he was 6-0-1 going into the last round, and he lost the last round to a 5-1 player.
Right.
So they had to.
He got a pair down and lost.
So 5-1-1. So it's a rough one, but equally he just eked in on tiebreakers, which is great. I think. Crazily enough, I think we're going to try and get an interview with the winner. I didn't catch their name, but
I know
Arch
they
was
split,
second.
right?
Yeah, but they played it out just for, kudos.
Yeah, because it was 5-colour Niv, I think, that won.
Yep, Niv won, and unbelievably, Arch got to another final. He obviously won the Mega Modern, and then he comes second in the Giga Modern. It's just the guy is on an absolute tear.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the funny thing for me about Arch as well is he's so honest about I'm playing the same kind of deck. It's predetermined.
Well, it's Rhinos, right? You just put them into play and
go for it.
Most of the time that's good enough.
Yeah, for sure. But it was a good day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't complain. 6-2. Sure. It's a good showing. So
what are you playing today?
Red black, Rakdos mid range today. Yeah. So I don't play a lot of Pioneer.
Yeah.
Compared to Modern, it's probably an 80-20 split between Modern and Pioneer. So I just thought Rakdos is one of those decks that's in my wheelhouse. I play those grinding mid range kind of red black decks anyway. So it's a comfortable play style for me. So
Yeah.
we'll run it back and have a look.
Yeah, for
See
sure.
what happens. Yeah, I mean, I took a look at the meta, sort of the online meta at least, so I've got a rough idea of what I'm expecting.
What
so.
are you expecting? Because from my perspective, it seems like there's going to be still a lot of mono green.
Yeah.
And probably I've heard and seen a lot about like people mentioning Phoenix kind of becoming a.
Yeah. So, like I said, I looked at the online meta yesterday. So it's predominantly Rakdos mid range.
Oh, Rakdos
and
mid-range
then
is
then mono green.
Yeah.
And then you've got like Abzan Greasefang, mono white humans, the Phoenix deck is at Phoenix.
Yeah.
There's like a smattering of decks like that. So.
Is Spirit still being played? It's kind of
Yes.
transitioned to Bant, right?
Yeah, so they play. It's banned now, so they get the extra Lord, the blue white,
Yeah.
Empyrean Eagle, and
Yeah,
also they get Collector Company, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there might be more, because obviously a paper tournament's completely different, right?
Yeah.
To Magic Online, like the cost of cards is completely different. What of the availability of cards? So
I mean, again, going back to yesterday with Modern, even I think there was is it Fairies deck that
Right.
almost got top 8, right? And that's
Yeah.
something that there were a lot of not oddball, but like off, out of left field picks that you wouldn't necessarily see online. But no, good luck today. Thank you for sitting down and. Hopefully we have another fantastic day for Team Templar today.
Yeah, well, it's a smaller field today, right? So there's a lot better chance of making a qualification. So
Do we know how many rounds it is yet?
not until we know the player count, because the player count will decide how many rounds. But if I was to be conservative, I'd probably say it's going to be 6 or 7.
Yeah. No, sounds good.
Yep.
Well, best of luck, Phil,
Yep.
and I'll catch up with you later in the day.
That's it.
So I'm here with Alex. I've been trying to track you down for a while. So you were it was a split in the end, but you emerged victorious in the GIGA Modern yesterday.
Absolutely.
It was a crazy run. How did you end in the Swiss in the end?
I finished 7-1.
Nice.
My only loss was to Fervent Blade, Red White Fervent Blade.
Wild.
It was yeah.
I have to like the field yesterday. Just the decks that you don't expect to see at big
I think I played
tournaments.
a
There was
different
a
deck
lot of
every
stuff.
round of Swiss.
Yeah, it's a good story for the health of Modern, right? If people can, I think there was a Niv-Mizzet Fairies deck that did well yesterday.
By breed, yeah.
It's crazy. I think as well, I saw that you had to. It was quite unfortunate. Only one pairing could ID, I think, in the last round,
Well,
right?
I knew I had a 50% chance if I ID'd based on which 16-pointer won to lock in top 8.
Okay.
My opponent was like, "Would you want to ID?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm going to play."
Yeah,
and I ended up playing
for sure.
in the final round and in the first round of top 8 because I was 2 seed versus 7 seed.
Oh man, that's crazy. I
Yeah.
know. I think because I know Sky a little bit.
Yeah.
He, I think you were the only player he lost to the whole day.
Well, I was egoing Breach for 3 games in a row. It was a bit disgusting. Yeah, ego and Breach, and then it becomes less than an ideal deck.
Yeah, for sure. So how did you find? Because you were playing again a bit of a wild card deck, right?
Well, I've been playing Niv since like Eldraine.
Oh,
okay. So playing Niv with Oko and Gilded Goose in Eldraine,
Nice.
love it. Pick up Uro, pick up Omnath.
Yeah.
Pick up Urian. So that's like ever since Ikoria, I'm playing 80 cards.
Nice.
So I had to pare things down.
How much testing did you manage to get in
So
since the ban?
I played like 4 MTG leagues.
Oh, okay.
I had like 2 1/4s where I was playing like Abundant Growth main and Ragavan side. Then I swapped to Utopia Sprawl main, Abundant Growth side to board in against Blood Moon and board in against Thoughtseize.
Nice.
I got 2 5-0s in a row. And I just stopped playing. I just stopped playing for like 5 days before the event. I just stopped playing. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
We'll leave it
100%.
there.
I think there's a huge. I think obviously Magic there's a huge skill element. There's a little bit of luck, but I think confidence.
A lot of it's testing, yeah, or just being confident in your list.
Yeah, exactly. Like the amount of people I always herald him for how good he is. I know you defeated him in the final, but Arch, to go from winning a mega event to then runner up here, and he just ran back a very similar list. I know there's tweaks, but there's a lot to sticking with what you're really confident in, knowing the deck in and out, and I think it's a testament. As you say, if you've been playing the deck that long.
Yeah, that's what MTG is really
what I mean?
good for, right? If you're prepping for Modern Tournament, just play 5 leagues of your deck, and you either work out that it's good, work out what you need to change, or it might be like maybe I need a different deck.
For sure. So, in terms of your Magic background, so to speak, are you more of an online player, or do you play a lot on paper as well?
So I didn't start playing online until COVID, right? So I was only paper and like not even into Modern. I would just play Kaladesh Standard, Blue Black Control for like 2 years. That whole like when you know when Blue River Control. I don't know how.
Well, when did you start playing?
Started playing like Kaladesh or Aether Revolt release date.
Okay.
Right, and then I played Blue Black Control from that point.
Yeah.
So that was when like sort of there was Helicat, there was Aether Flux.
Yeah.
For like 2 straight years.
Yeah.
And then I moved away from somewhere with the store, so I stopped playing paper and just was sort of no Magic.
Okay. So is there no LGS near?
No. So I was just sort of like semi-retired from Magic, sold my cards, chilled out. Then I moved back somewhere with Magic, and then it was like, yeah, all right, time to play some Modern. Bought Niv-Mizzet. This was like pre-Eldraine.
Yeah.
Bought Niv-Mizzet, just love it.
That's literally when I started Magic. So my first, I started playing when Core 20 released.
Yeah.
And I actually went into my LGS for my sins to buy Yu-Gi-Oh products. And luckily, a great friend of mine now, Alex, who works there, just said, "Do you want to try this game instead?" And gave me a starter deck, and I've never looked back. Thank God. Yeah. I'm firmly hooked on Magic. So it's that whole era of Throne and stuff is what I know. Did you play? When did you pick it back up after COVID? Was it like immediately
first
back into paper?
First lockdown, I started playing a ton of MTGO. Around the time that like Uro got banned, it was like the Uro Mystic Sanctuary ban.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is the deck now, right? I've been playing. It's been quite difficult to match up against those piles. Yeah. But I still have used Uro. But now I was like, I don't need Uro.
Yeah.
Let's play it, and I won a showcase with it.
Nice.
Won a showcase with Niv, like 400, 500 player showcase.
Nice.
And it was Prowess, Heliod, and Amulet. And Prowess and Heliod, I think, were buys. You play Deicide in the side, and Guile and Helix and everything against Prowess, which is made it free. So essentially, out of like the 3 top decks, only one of them was it was like 50-50. Yeah. So that was the golden age for me of Niv. I loved playing in that meta. Everyone hated it. They're like, oh, there's only 3 decks. And I'm like, yes, give me at least 2 of these decks.
I mean, I think it's testament to the deck though that it's still working now.
Yeah,
and I think that is the great thing about Modern right now. I mean, Yorion, I understand the ban for time reasons. I get it, because games go to time. But I think Modern is in a super healthy place, and I really hope they don't ban anymore.
The thing with Ryan, I think it was both people needed to know that like we need to fetch together if we're going to finish this game. Because if you tried to just play it like a normal game of Magic, you were always going to time with the Ryan piles.
Yeah, there were so many games I've seen at events where people have won the first game and then they kind of know, so it's just
the deck also didn't work on MTGO. I didn't want to play the mirrors because it was a game of like, can you win game 1 and then just F6 but not lose?
Yeah,
it's not even Magic.
Yeah. It's bad. It is bad for the game realistically. So. But have you got any more big events? Actually, I suppose I should ask the main question first. What's your main format? Like, is Modern?
I would say at this point, Modern is.
Yeah.
I qualified for Sophia with Niv at Copenhagen, LMS Copenhagen. Got 14th with Niv, 80 card Niv because your arm is still legal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be focusing on Pioneer, trying to do well in Sophia. But
are you going to be, if you don't mind sharing, do you think you've settled on a list for Pioneer for Sophia?
I'm going to be playing some variant of Esper Control, almost certainly with Yorion. That's what I'm feeling like. Yeah.
No, for sure. I think as I mentioned earlier, stick with what you're comfortable with.
I've got lots of reps with it. Went 5-3 today. Could have done better, but still happy with it. Yeah.
100%. And Sophia, I assume, are you traveling with kind of like a larger group? Are there?
No. So none of my sort of group of Magic playing friends qualified. So I'm just going alone, just for a short weekend, and then it's all good.
Awesome. Well, best of luck in Sophia. Thank you again for saying now. I apologise for the terrible interview. I'm terrible at Magic, which is why I don't play, and I'm terrible at these as well.
No problem.
But it's been a pleasure, and congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you.
And have a good time in Sophia.
All right, thanks.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to sunny Birmingham. It even rains in the room. Allowing for a beautiful, very nice corridor. So, welcome to what is our first very large attempt at a Pioneer event. We have run lots of fires, which were very popular. They all filled up. And time is to try something a bit bigger. Not quite as we were expecting. We were planning for 9 rounds. Now the good news, with the final attendance, which is just above 130, is that it's not going to be rounds, it's going to be 8 rounds. Meaning, the first one is everybody can come home a bit early, which I think on a Sunday. Let's try this again. And the second good news is I can talk to my content, although I'm being strongly advised not to take too much time by my head judge here. Yeah. So, two things are a bit special with this tournament. First, it's a qualifier. It qualifies you for the European Championship, which will take place in Napoli, beautiful city in the south of Italy. Don't believe what the Liverpool fans are telling you. It's great, yeah. And it's in a beautiful part of the country. So, if you qualify and if you win the holiday bursary, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and use it to visit beautiful Italy. You don't have to. If you win the holiday, the choice of destination and the choice of dates are entirely yours. So, top 4 players will qualify. Top 4 players will win exactly the same prize, which is the £1,500 holiday bursary. All you need to do that is to win your quarter-final in the top 8. As for the losing quarter-finalists, they will find hopefully some solace in walking away with some boxes of double masters or an Xbox. We still got some cool prizes. If you don't quite make top 8, you will need to have a record of 18 points, 18 match points or better, which is 6 wins and 2 losses minimum. If that's the case, you will walk away with a box of Dominaria United. If things don't go well for you, Lady Luck is not on your side, which statistically will be the case for at least half of you, probably. We have a great program of side events, which is very good value, actually, for what we are offering, and I encourage you to have a look at the detailed program. The whole idea is that this event is a sort of mini version of a GP with pretty much everything you can imagine on offer in a rather grand setting, if a little rainy. All right, so good luck to all of you. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing the top 8 players a little later in the day. Have a great time, and thank you so much for coming today.
Necropode and Doomsday, taint the pack till for days get rock, dag more, Ulamaka cars. Ristic study, pay the one, smothering tide, now we're done, feed the fish and pay the 4, what a fucking ball.